Hey, what's up YouTube? Israel back here in another quick video. Well, Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a happy and safe New Year's Eve last night. Well, I did quite a few reviews of designer fragrances in 2018, some good and some bad. So I decided to make a list of the top 10 best and worst designer fragrances I reviewed in 2018. Stay right there. Alright, so let's start with the top 5 worst designer releases of 2018. So coming to number 10 is from the House of BVLGARI, it was Man Wood Essence. So I'm not a big fan of the Man line from the House of BVLGARI, so I really didn't know what to expect. I do kind of like Man in Black and the Orient version, but that was really about it. You know, I heard it was supposed to be a woody fragrance, and when I got my nose on it, it was really balmy, it was really green. It was woody, but it had kind of a slight pickle kind of thing, like a dill note that I really didn't like. There's no dill in it, I just didn't like it. You know, the performance and the longevity was pretty underwhelming as well, but overall, you know, I wasn't a big fan of that fragrance. That's why it made number 10. Alright, so coming at number 9 is Polo Red Rush from the House of Ralph Lauren. Actually, you know, this fragrance isn't bad. It just really was, to my nose, a lighter version of Polo Red Extreme that came out, I believe it was last year. And I actually like that one better. I still own that one. Yeah, so it smelled very similar. It just really smelled like a watered down version of Polo Red Extreme. So, you know, with that, I just, you know, wasn't a big fan of it. It smells pleasant. Just, you know, what I was expecting wasn't what I got, so that's why it made number 9. So coming in number 8 was Jimmy Choo Man Blue from the House of Jimmy Choo. I really thought this was going to be an aquatic fragrance with a lot of blue notes and maybe some sea salt in it. And it really was a green herbally scent. Really don't know where they got the name blue from. It was okay. Again, most of these fragrances on this list are going to be pleasant. They just didn't blow me away. The name suggested otherwise, and the longevity wasn't that great. The performance wasn't that great. Just another boring designer scent from the House of Jimmy Choo. So coming to number 7 is the One Gray from the House of Dolce&Gabbana. And I gotta say, Dolce&Gabbana had an opportunity to make something special here. They had an opportunity to sort of redeem themselves from the failure I believe they had from the One EDP. That fragrance didn't last very long. You know, it sort of projected and lasted as long as the EDT version. So I kind of feel like they failed on that one. But I really thought they had a chance to kind of redeem themselves and make the One Gray something special. And honestly, I really got was just a bunch of green notes, kind of bushy and herbally, nothing special. It kind of resembled you know, the original The One, but to my nose, it just was nothing special. It didn't stand out, and that's why it made number 7. So coming to number 6 is Alien Man from the House of THIERRY MUGLER. We waited a long time for this fragrance release, you know, because, you know, with all the success of the women's version, everyone was waiting on a men's version to be put out, and they finally released it. I believe it's still overseas, so technically it was released overseas, you know, in 2018. So I don't even know if it's released in the States yet, but I got my nose on it, and a lot of people are getting the nose on it, so I'm gonna consider it a 2018 release. But you know, it was nice. It was different, but it was also very niche, and that's what I think is going to make designer consumers kind of be turned off a little bit, because the juice was really unique, had a lot of star anise, some leather, had some green notes in it. It was nice. It just, to me, it smelled very, like, not crowd pleasing. You know, when you have a name like, you know, Alien Man, you know, from the House of THIERRY MUGLER, you think it's going to be crowd pleasing, everyone's going to be on board with it. But, you know, it really had a lot of notes in it that were just a little daring, in my opinion, for a designer release. You know, the anise and the leather, and it had like almost like a licorice kind of smell. You know, personally, I liked it a little bit, but, you know, overall, I think it was just a bad move on them. I think they could have gone with another formula to really, you know, make Alien Man what Alien Man should have been. All right, so let's go with my top 5 favorite from 2018. The ARAMIS Tobacco Reserve. Guys, I was really surprised by this fragrance. You know, I'm not a big fan of the ARAMIS line. I believe they had one called Devon that I kind of liked. Sort of reminded me of Chanel Egoiste a little bit. But this fragrance really took me by surprise. I really didn't know what to expect from it. You know, I knew it was going to have some tobacco notes. But, you know, a lot of times, I think they had one called Havana that was also supposed to be kind of tobacco-y. And that one really didn't, you know, make me think or feel like tobacco fragrance. This one really did. This one really did have nuances of a nice tobacco fragrance. It did remind me of like a cigar shop, sweet cigar notes in it, some tonka and nutmeg, I believe. It's a really nice fragrance. You know, it wasn't the best of 2018, but definitely one of my favorites. I was very surprised by the quality of this juice. It is an EDP, so it does last a long time. So if you haven't tried this one, definitely get your nose on ARAMIS Tobacco Reserve. All right, so coming to number 4 in the best of 2018 is Le Male in the Navy. This was their newest release, and I was, you know, I liked it. At first I didn't, you know, I was a little underwhelmed by the performance of it. You know, because when you get the original Le Male, you're thinking it's going to last all day long. you know, or maybe like Ultramall. That has really beast projection, you know, and longevity. But this one didn't, unfortunately. But it smells really nice. I kind of got some green apple, I believe some mint, and some other things in it. Some freshness, some ambergris, I believe was in this for some C notes. I really think it was a good take on a creamy aquatic with a freshness from the mint, I believe, that was in there. So overall, I still like the fragrance quite a bit. I don't have it in my collection right now, but I was thinking about maybe putting it back in there because it is a nice fragrance, and I definitely think it's going to be a nice one whenever it gets warm again. So coming at number 3 in the best of 2018 is from the house of Hugo Boss. It is the Scent Private Accord. So this fragrance has some ginger, some mannanica fruit, and I believe a little bit of cocoa if I remember correctly. But this fragrance really does smell like chocolate-covered cherries. Very sexy, very sensual fragrance. Definitely a good fragrance for date night. I was really surprised by this one because I wasn't really expecting what it smelled like because I smelled the other ones and I wasn't a big fan of those. They're kind of plain, a little boring. But this one really did break the mold of those and kind of went out and did its own thing. Warm and spicy, chocolatey, sweet and fruity. Definitely got to get your nose on this one if you haven't tried it yet. So coming to number 2, and one of my favorites from 2018 is a flanker from the original that was released last year, I believe, an intense version that I was really impressed by, guys. From the house of Lacoste, it is L'Homme Lacoste Intense. So this fragrance has rhubarb, citrus, ginger, and vanilla, some pepper in there, give it a little bit of spice. If you like the original but didn't think it lasted very long, I think it lasts like 2 hours. You definitely get better performance out of this one. The opening's a lot stronger, you get better performance, better projection out of this one as well. You know, from what you got, this is definitely an upgrade from the original, and if you like that smell, this one's way better. You know, guys, if you haven't tried this one yet, definitely get your nose on it. All right, so coming in at number 1 for my best and all-time favorite of 2018, it's going to be a flanker that I had no idea it was going to smell the way it did. I was really impressed by this one. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Salvatore Ferragamo's Uomo. Had a little bit of that powdery kind of gourmand thing going. But you know, this being a flanker from the one it came from, it really took me by surprise. So from the house of PACO Rabanne, it is 1 Million Lucky. So 1 Million Lucky is a woody, fresh gourmand fragrance. It's gourmandy, but also fresh at the same time. It's fruity as well. It lasts a pretty good amount of time. It's definitely not beast mode, but it gets the job done. You can definitely wear this fragrance year round. I believe the gourmand notes kind of give it a sweetness and maybe a heaviness you can wear in the cooler months, but the fresh notes in this really make it pleasant in the summertime. It's not super intrusive. It's not overly sweet. It's not too fresh. It's right down the middle. Definitely a good year-round fragrance, guys. Date night, you know, work scent. Pretty much any occasion you can wear this fragrance. It's really nice. If you haven't tried it, get your nose on it. Alright, so that was my top 10 best and worst designer releases in 2018. Please leave me a list of your top 10 best and worst down in the comments below. So it's been a great year, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support, all the likes, all the comments, all the shares, all the subscriptions, guys. It's been a great 2018. I'm just so looking forward to 2019. I can't wait to see what it brings us. And, you know, here's to more videos, and here's to a happy 2019. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching another video on my channel. If you like this video and want to see more videos like it, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider signing up for notifications by hitting that notification bell. That way when I upload new videos, you'll be the first to find out. Please follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. Please like, comment, subscribe. And until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.